We are here with our winter hen setup, and I wanted to show you all how we have our hens set up for the winter. You've probably seen photos and videos of our hens on pasture, really pretty shots of happy birds and green fields and all that. But in a spirit of transparency, I wanted to show you how we set the hens up for the winter. So hens are a little bit tricky for us because the broilers, the meat chickens, we don't do in the winter. It's tough on the birds. It's tough on the pasture when the pasture is dormant and the soil microbes are dormant. But hens have a longer lifespan, so we need to carry them through the winter. And so we're trying to figure out the best way to do that. And we've gone about that in two different ways. We've gone about it where we rotate them around the pasture in the winter, and that's, has its pros and cons. On the pro side, it means the birds have really clean pasture and they get whatever greens are left over. On the con side, it can be stressful for the birds, especially if we get cold weather or snow. And also it's hard on the pasture. They're putting down lots of nutrients, which essentially the pasture isn't able to metabolize because the grass is not growing and the soil microbe life is dormant. So it can kind of damage the pasture. Plus, with us driving around the pasture to bring them feed, to bring back eggs, to move these mobile greenhouses we call schooners, when the soil could be mushy and muddy, we can kind of rut up the pasture. So we've tried both ways. Both have their strengths. The second way is what we're doing this winter, which is we're putting the hens on a stationary paddock with deep bedding. So this is our compost that they're on top of here. So they're helping to sort of like move the compost along. And we're giving them, hay. Also, I'll step inside here and you'll see we've set up some alfalfa here, this little sort of alfalfa feeder. So here we are stepping inside of the schooner so we can get some greens here. But, just like you all, you'd rather have fresh spinach rather than canned or frozen. So, it's not as good as the green stuff. You can see the hens here are, really going for the green grass there. So, on one hand, it's harder for us to keep the ground clean. The birds get less of those fresh greens. But we feel like we're also taking better care of the land and we're not over impacting it when the land isn't sort of ready for it. And the idea here is with this carbonaceous bedding, we'll capture their nutrients and then that'll get composted and then that'll get spread on the pastures when the pastures are actually growing and can use it. Yeah, and then we're not, we're being gentler on the land. We're not driving the tractor and trucks and stuff over the land to move the schooners, to gather eggs, to bring feed. So yeah, just being in Virginia where we are, we have to kind of like choose which way we're going to go. I'd say neither is perfect, but we're doing what we think is best by the land and the animals. And you can see out here, the green grass is popping up. So before long, I don't know how long it'll be, maybe 2-3 weeks, I'll feel good about the pasture being established well enough and strong enough to handle the hens' impact and not to set it back. So anyway, I just wanted to give you all a heads up of what we're doing and why we're doing it and how we're thinking through the considerations of the health of the land and the health of the animals. So yeah, please ask whatever questions, and we're happy to do it. And you're also welcome to come over here and check out the hens when you come to the farm store. They're really near the piglets. You can see the piglets over there. And whoever's in the farm store can point you in the right direction. Yeah, anyway, that's the skinny there. Like I said, please hit us up with any questions and check them out. All right, thank you.